So I would like to start, and then once again, I'd like to invite you. Thank you for joining this today's session. And first of all, before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Isaac, business coach at Oze, and this session is actually partnered by our team, that is Oze and Dare to Innovate, and then it's actually sponsored by the African Development Bank. So in the course of the training, I'll just introduce what we have from African Development Bank for you. So first, I'd like to take, I'll go around so that we introduce ourselves since we are just a few on this session. So you can introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and then how the Oze app has been so far, and some of the challenges you are facing. You can let us know on the app. So maybe I'll start with you, Elizabeth.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Elizabeth Siku Apple from Liza Dan Stores.
Yes.
So I'm into selling of ladies' clothing and accessories. That's dresses, shoes, bags. That's what I'm selling for now.
That's nice. That's nice. I'm sure we've spoken in the past and you shared your challenges and experiences with the Oze app. So maybe you can tell me more if it's changed or there's a little bit of an improvement that's needed.
Okay, for now I don't have any challenge. It's working fine with me for now.
Okay, great. Thank you, Elizabeth. And
Thank
Gabriel, I'd like to move to you. How are you doing? You can introduce yourself and tell us what you do. Uh, yeah.
All right, so I'm Gabriel Ajo, and I'm based in Accra here. So I'm also into the production of liquid detergents. So my product is known as Clever Multi-Purpose Liquid Soap. That's what I currently produce.
Okay, nice. I know today is Saturday, and usually Saturdays are busy days where we want to use for our personal stuff aside from work. So I'll go straight by sharing my phone screen. Kindly confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I think I can see your screen.
Okay, great. So if you are using Android, this is going to be a little bit different. Our Android screen will change later, but it will not be different from what you have here. So once you download the app and you go to the home page, this is what you see. Your cash balance here, and then so a few things. At the top left, you have the home screen, where if you click, you would see all the channels, or let's say features that are on the app. So transactions, where you're using primarily products and services, where if you have bulk items, you can list them there. The Oze shop, where you can list your products and services for your customers to patronize. The coach session, which is it has your daily messages, and then the access to contacts with customer support for assistance. Analytics, where you have the numbers of your performance, your profits, and all that. And then you also have the setting side, where you can edit your business details. So on the home page, yeah, this is what you have as the hamburger menu. And then this is the notification sign, where if you have any information or any message from the company or your app, this is where you click to open the particular information. And this question mark at the top right helps you to contact coach or customer success if you need any assistance. Now the eye icon here helps you to hide your cash balance or make it visible. And so your cash balance is actually the amount of money left after you've sold your items to your customers, or you bought items from your suppliers. And then this year is the amount of money customers owe you. And this is also to help in debt recovery, because daily you have to see how much you are owing people, which is also here. And then how much your customers owe you. So if you click, you can see the list of people who owe you, and it will help you, follow up by reminding these customers. So when you come down, there's an add sale, which allows you to add your sales. So you are adding sales where you provide a service or you sell a product to your customers, and then you take money. And then also you have the add expense, where if you buy from your suppliers, you can record the particular transaction with expenses. Mostly the problem we find in our environment is that, in our business environment, is that we have people who record sales only. It's only when they receive orders, that's when, or payments from their customers, that they record. But you also have to record your expenses. When I talk about expenses, I'm talking about money that is leaving your company coffers or your pocket to invest in your company. So for example, when you buy products for inventory, when you pay utility bills, they are all expenses. When you pay salary, they are all expenses. So definitely they must be deducted from the amount of money you have sold, and then this will give you your profits, right? So if you study the nature of the app, anytime you make a sale, what happens is that the cash balance will increase, and anytime you have an expense, the cash balance reduces. And so the same features we have at the home page, these are smart home icons that will help you add sale, record an expense, add product, and then you can also create an invoice from this site, right? So to begin with, we can add sales, just add sales. But if you want, what you can do is that you can just click the hamburger icon here, or you can click here to add your sale. Now you add sales anytime your customers are coming to you to buy items from you. And so let us be mindful not to mix the sales with expenses, or else the data you are going to get will not be wholesome. So if you look at this screen, adding a sale is done in 3 parts. So you can see the 3 dots here are in 3 parts. The first one is where you create your item. The second part is where you state the payment status. And then the last part, or the third part, is when you add your customer details, right? So for example, let's say we want to add an item, right? So we click this piece. And then to begin with, the date is also here. So you click on the dates here, and then let's say somebody bought from you in the past. You can, change the dates. Let's say somebody bought from you yesterday, you forgot to record, but you have the details there written on paper. You can just click on that date, and then you click on done to select the particular date. Next is moving to the item name. So once you click on the item name, you have a list of items that are going to show up here, right? And if you don't have the name there, you can always click here to search, right? So let's say we are adding a new item. You click, and then it's divided into 2. It's either you are providing a service, or you are selling a product. So let's say we are selling a product. And what is the item name? So let's say it's liquid soup. So I'm giving this description to my products and then the category. So once I come here, I can select a category and then see if I have that already. So I click in the search space. So I have liquid soap already. But for the sake of the demonstration, I'll also teach us how to add a new category. So let's click on, let's say I want to add an S to it so that it will change it. So you click on add new category, and then there's a space there that will allow you to add your liquid soup. Once done, you click on save. How much am I selling this product? Let's say I'm selling it for 50 cedis. Once done, you click on what? Create item. Now, if you are creating the item, it means that we are doing this once and for all. If next time somebody comes to me that they want liquid soap 1 liter, I don't have to recreate the whole thing again. Once done, there's the add another item to this sale. Now, when you click this, it helps you add extra items if the customer is buying different items from you. There's also the discount icon that when you click, it allows you to give discount to your customer. So you can do that as a fixed amount, or you can do that as a percentage. So for example, if we are doing it as a fixed amount, what will happen is that if we click here, we can type, let's say I'm giving 5 cedis discount. As soon as I type the 5 in here, it gives you a subtotal, a discount, and then the total amount, right? And if you don't want to give any discounts to, you just turn off the discount toggle. This is also the delivery status, where if you click the delivery option, that is whether you sent the item to the customer or customer has received the item, you can click on this. Once done, you go to next. One thing I forgot is to add the quantity. So quantity is the number of items the customer is buying. So let's say they're buying 1. And so our total amount is 50 cedis here. And then if you want to add your discount, you click the discount button. And then if you want to give the discount as a fixed amount, now it gives you the breakdown. So your subtotal is 50 cedis. The discount amount is 5. It means our customer is paying 45 cedis. Now, if you don't want to do that and want to give it as a percentage, you can click on the percentage, the same place as the drop down here, and then select percentage. Now let's type our percentage amount here, and then let's say we are giving 2% discounts. Now it means that if you're giving 2%, our customer is paying is giving a discount of one CD, and then the total amount to be paid is what, 49. If you're okay with it, you click on next. And so you see that we are at the second stage of our transaction recording. Now you can determine if the item is fully paid, partially paid, or unpaid. So if it's partially paid, what you do is that you click here. This means that your customer didn't make full payment, but he paid part of the 49 cedis. So out of the 49 cedis, how much did our customer pay us? Let's say they paid 20 cedis. And then their payment method. What payment method did they use? So to prevent a lot of manual calculations, you have your breakdown always as you record your transaction. So as our customer has paid 20, it is telling us that the original price is 50, the discount we gave was 1 CD, and then the total amount is 49. Balance of 29 CDs to be paid by the customer. So you can click here to select the payment method. If it's Momo, it's debit card, or cash. In this case, we are selecting cash. Now, when is the balance due? So if you click on the date here, let's say you want to take our money on the 20th. So we select 20th, and then we are done. So we go through to confirm if all the information we've recorded is correct. Then we move on to the last stage where we click on add customer. To add customer, you can select the phone number from your phone book, or you can type it here. So I type my customer name and then the phone number. So they're in Ghana, so it's Ghana, and then I type in the phone number. So once done, I'm free to click on save to ensure that my sale is successfully saved. Now, if you look at the top here, you can see color codings of different descriptions. So the total cash in means that this is the sum of money you've received from all your customers. And then the total cash out is the money you have spent all time. So this is expenses, rents, inventory costs, transportation, utility bills, and then the pending balance is the transactions that have not been fully paid for. And then the fully paid transaction is a combination of the sales and expenses that have been fully paid for. So after recording any transaction, this is where it pops up. So it will definitely show here. And because this was a past transaction, you realize that I chose a previous date. So this will go and then hide because I selected 17th or 18th for this particular transaction. Now, if you want to carry out any transaction, any action on this particular transaction, what you do is that you click on the transaction here, any parts, and then it opens for you. Assuming we want to share an invoice, because it's not fully paid for, it's partially paid, we can share an invoice for our customer to know, right? So if you want to delete that particular transaction too, this icon will help you do that successfully. Now we have our details here. What do? We want to share an invoice. So we click on share invoice. And then if we want to type any additional message here, we can type the message. You can also click on preview here to see how your invoice will look like. So you have every breakdown here, the dates, your icon is here, your company logo, the location, how much the customer bought and what they are left to pay, which is very, very important. So once done, you can click on share invoice. Now, the most important thing is that you always have to keep the contacts of your customers. It's very, very important. So here, let me just send it randomly to someone on WhatsApp. And then they will receive the invoice. So it's just simple. Based on the channel you have, whether they prefer email, WhatsApp, Telegram, you can send the receipts there to them. So to recap, this is how you record a transaction and then share an invoice. Let's say we've sent our invoice, customer knows when to pay, but they haven't made payments. When you open the transaction, there's a remind customer icon here, which allows you to remind the customer. So all you have to do is just click on remind customers, and then you can click on call customer. So this allows you to call the customer immediately, and that is when you have saved the customer's number in the transaction. Or you can also share a payment reminder. So you can click on share reminder, and then there's a message here typed for you automatically. You also have the option to edit the message here and then tweak it as how you want it to be done. Once then you click on share reminder, and then you can send it as a different, depending on the channel, you can send it through all the channels you have. Now let's say we sent the invoice to our customer, and then the customer has, the reminder, and then they have agreed to make payments. How much are they left to pay? So if you look here, there's a payment history, right? And this payment history allows you to, if there's any dispute or any challenge, when you recorded the transaction or when they made the first payment, when they made the next payment. So you click on add payments, and then you can select the date on which the customer pays. So let's say they are paying today, which is the 18th. How much are they paying? Let's say they are paying the 29 CDC full payment method, cash. Okay, this time around, let's say they paid by moment. Once that, we click on save. Now you realize that as soon as they made the full payment, the transaction status has automatically changed to fully paid. And then when you look at your payment history, you realize that on the 18th, they made a payment of 29 CDs and by mobile money. And then on the 17th, they paid cash. So you can also mark your item as delivered to confirm that the customer has received the item. Once done, you can forward your receipt or share the receipt with the customer through the same way we did with the invoice. So at this point, we've been able to record a sale, update a partial payment, share our invoice, and then a receipt, and then also send a reminder as well. I'd like to know if at this point there's any question. If no, we'll move on to how to record expenses, and then we proceed with the next two topics. So I want to know if there's any question. Okay, I'll continue. But if you have any question at any point in time, you can just stop me and then ask the question if you are not too clear with it. So the next part is to record an expense. So as I said, an expense is when you have to make purchases from your suppliers or anything that has to do with the investment of your company, whether you are paying utility bills or rent. So same way, you click on the hamburger menu at the top left, transactions, and then you go there. However, if you're on the page already, you can see that at the bottom you have expense or you have sales here already. So all you have to do is just click on expense here. And then here the expenses have been categorized for you already. If you don't find a category in here, you can click on others to add it there. So for example, we have utilities. Let's say I'm paying rent, right? So I click on rent. It is there already. The dates, you can click the drop down to adjust the dates. And then how much am I paying for the rent? So let's say I'm paying 500 cedis. And then what is the description? Maybe rent for the shop. And then once done, the total amount is here. You click on next, And then it is very, very simple. You click on save, and that is all. So you can select your payment status here, depending on the payment agreement you had with your landlord, and then you click on save. After doing that, it shows here, and then you realize that all your expenses are in red, and then all the items you received from your customers, the payments you receive from your customers after selling to them is in green. And then the payment status also appears under each transaction. So the next step we go is to record. If you have bulk items and you want to record them, you use the product and services side. Now, one thing about creating an item or a product, like when we're doing for the transaction, is that when you do it once and for all, as I said. So next thing is to go to the top left and then remove to products and services. Once you click on product and services, you have the list of items there already, right? If you want to look at the quantities you have. So if I'm looking through my inventory, I realize that, okay, for sandwich baker, I have 20 units, that is fine. If I'm skimming through, I realize that, okay, for this particular product, Nutella Go, I have 0, so I need to update, right? So you can click to update, but first let's add new product. So we click on add new product here. And then if you have the image, you can just click here to add the product image. So you can take a photo or you can choose from your gallery. So once you choose and you have different angles, you can add them. The reason we are doing this or we have this there is to also enable you automatically add this to your shop, your online shop. So let's say this product name is baby shower candies. Because I have this product already, that is how come it's prompted me that I have it already. So you saw that red mark there. And so what I did was to add the color. Now product category. So I click here, and then let's say I want to add from the list. So I have candies here, it appears automatically, I click on it. How much am I selling it for? So let's say I'm selling it for 50 cedis. And then how much did I buy it from my supplier? So let's say I bought it at 30 cedis. So the cost price should always be lower than the selling price. Current stock, how many do I have? So let's say I have about 50 of them or maybe 100 of them. So I put in the number, the figure here, 50. And then the units. Remind me to restock at. So at what point do you want to get reminded when you are running out of stock? At what point do you want to get reminded? So some will say 5, some will say 10, but it's always better to make sure that the amount you keep there will be sufficient enough for you to go to your supplier and come back without causing any bad experience for your customers. So here I've stated that if it's at 10, remind me so that I restock. Now there's a button here. If you don't want to go through the stress of creating a new online item, what you can do is that you can click this so that automatically it will show on your Oze shop. Once done, you click on Save Products. Now, one thing you should know is that if you are saving this particular transaction, or not a transaction, but you are saving this record, what will happen is that you are going to be asked if you want to create an expense for this stock increase. Now, for someone like Gabriel, who is into liquid soap production, mostly you produce the liquid soap yourself. So if, let's say, you are buying the bottles or you are buying the ingredients, definitely you create that expense already. So when you are you create a stock, like when you are done with your manufacturing or your production and you have the quantity there you want to list, for you, you don't have to list this as an expense, right? Because if you add it as an expense, it will deduct from your cash balance. So if you buy from suppliers directly, that is, you buy the items or the product. Let's say I buy laptops. If I buy them from my suppliers, definitely I should click on yes, please, in order for the expense to be deducted. If I
Hello,
produce,
sir.
yes, sir.
I'm not, you see, what you're explaining right now, this very issue I encountered the last time, and then that was when I got low on it because it got me totally confused.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do at that point, and then I selected the yes. So later, when I go and check my cash balance, it
It
ran
has
into a huge negative.
Okay. So to correct this,
Ran into negative. So, so I couldn't know what to do. That was when I got confused on the app, and then for some time now, I've slowed down the use of the app itself. So in fact, this education I know is going to help me a lot to rebound back to the app.
Okay, okay. Sincerely sorry about that. So to correct this, what you can do is that you can add a seal of that particular amount. So let's say if it deducted you like let's say 10,000, you can add a seal to rectify it. So add a seal for it to rectify that particular amount. So let's say if the 10,000 cedis was equal to like let's say 50 bottles of liquid soap, you can add a seal and then you can create a description. Let's say correction of inventory records, and then you list the item. So you list the amount, and then automatically it will restore the amount to your cash balance. So maybe after the call, if you have time, you can just send us a chat or we can speak and then do this together, if that is okay. All right. So here, because I am picking from my supplier, I click yes, please, so that it deducts from my cash balance. So anytime you want to update a quantity or adjust your figures, you come here and then you click on any of the products. They open, it tells you what you have there. You can see the picture there as well. And then you click on edit products. Once you click on edit products, you carry out any action. If you want to add new pictures, you can remove the old ones and then update the new ones. And then you can decrease or increase, adjust the price and all that. Once done, you click on save changes and then you are good to go. The final part is the view of the Oze shop and how it looks like. So to go there, you click on the hamburger menu at the top left, and then you have Oze shop here. As soon as you open it, you also have your shop balance to tell you how much orders you've received here, and then the shop link. If you want to do any like settings on your shop or adjust any details, you have the option to click any shop settings that to edit the information on your shop, set delivery, and then link your Oze to your bank accounts or your accounts to your Oze app. Now here you have all products. This means that these are the items we enabled when we're creating our products. So it means that automatically they are showing on our shop. And then you have orders here to show how much items or how much orders you have. What is the status of each order? What you have fulfilled and what you have not. And then you have your delivery methods. Now to add a product is just like creating a product on products and services. So we added the image here, the product name, just like we did for products and services. The only thing you have to be mindful of is Once you come here, you have to make sure that you add it to your online shop, or else it's not going to show. And so if you don't want to do double work, once you are listing your product as bulk and you want to sell it on your online shop, make sure you click on add this to my shop when you are creating the item. Now for delivery methods, we have it in 3 types. So if you want to add a delivery method, you click on add delivery method. We have the pickup location. This means that your customers are picking up from you without a flat, without a delivery cost. So you can select your pickup address here. You can type in the location. You can use a landmark, a phone number they can call. You select the region, and then make sure that it is what visible at what checkout. So let's say my pickup address is at Quada. So which landmark can they use? Maybe I have Christian Service University, so I can click Christian Service University College and type it there. And then my phone number. And then where the pickup location is. This is very, very important because sometimes you might have customers coming outside your region, and if you select anything, they might also get, it might create a bad experience. So anything you create in your shop, make sure that it's also what's visible on the shop or is visible at checkout, so that when anybody is buying from you, they can see this item. Once then you click on save. And so I have all the delivery points showing here, right? Another delivery method available is the flat rate. Now, irrespective of where the person is coming from, or where the person is, that delivery is going, you like to charge a flat rate. But mostly this is actually not the case because you have customers coming from different locations. So what you can do is just type the delivery location, estimation date, let's say 2 to 3 business days. And then you put it at 50 cedis. Once done, you click on visible for web checkout, so that if this is what you provide, it will be there. However, if you don't provide this, make sure that it's not even showing there at all, because it will also conflict with other delivery methods, especially the delivery route. So if you click on the add delivery method again, there is the shipping routes, which a lot of people or a lot of online users have. So let's say this, you put your title here, and then you can say delivery to, let's say, Kaswa. So the states or the region is Greater Accra. We select Greater Accra, and then the delivery estimation date. So you look at your location, or you estimate your location depending on the information you have from your dispatch rider. If you can deliver within 2 to 3 days or just 1 day, it's fine. You type it here, and then what is the price? So once done, you make sure that it is visible on your website during checkout. Once done, you click on save, and it is listed there. So maybe you like to see how the front end looks like. All you have to do is just copy this link. You can copy this link here, and then put it in your Instagram bio, put it in a WhatsApp group where you have a lot of people who can buy from you. Or you can click the share icon here. Let me open it with Chrome. And then voila, this is how the shop looks like. So all the items I have here. So if you send a link to anybody, this is how they are going to see it. So if you send you have a nice picture of the clothes or the products or the liquid soap, once you have it here like this, you can always send it to people and they buy directly from this website. So what will happen is that you click on add. If a customer comes here today, they'll click on add to cart and then click on view cart. It's very simple. The WhatsApp logo too is there, so you can click on it and then chat with the seller, or the customer can chat with you. If I have items that I don't want, I can click on remove so that I know the items I have. Once done, I click on proceed to checkout. So I list my address and everything here. And then what I do is that I continue, click on continue. If you want to return to, the logo is there. So select, it tells me that I should select my region. So these are some of the deliveries. So you need for the because we've used this for a test, we have a lot of delivery fees showing, but because we made them visible, you can see that the customer has options to select from here. So make sure that if your item is going to a particular region, make sure that it is there, the delivery rate is there, and then you select what you add the pricing as well. So it's always good to always review your shipping routes from time to time to make sure that you have the correct delivery fee showing. And so for the ones you don't need, you can also visit the delivery routes page or the delivery options to delete anything that you don't need. So once we continue, it will give you the option to what proceed to pay. And now it will open a page for you, and then the customer will make a mobile money payment, which will come to Oze, and then we will just transfer the money to your account. But it's always good once the order goes, you receive a notification that you have received an order, and then once you click on your shop and you go to the order queue, you see the orders there. At this point, I want to know if there's any question, so that we can conclude by exporting our reports, how to export reports from the Oze app. So it's very, very simple. Like it's just a few steps. Everything happens with the hamburger menu at the top left. So you click it and then you click on transactions. At transactions, you go to the top right, which has the 3 dots. You click on it, and then you can export your transaction reports, or you can delete all transactions. That is when you feel like you want to start everything afresh. So you click on export reports, and then you click the date within which you want to see this report. So for example, I click the start date. Let's say I want to see what I've done for the whole of the month of May. And then the end date, which probably will be today's date, which is 18th. You click on done, and then you have the option to select Excel or PDF. But if it's something you want to monitor straight away, maybe you are not too conversant with the Excel format and you want to just check the PDF, you can do that. So you click on PDF. And then always make sure that the email that you have with the account, you always have access to it. As soon as this is done, you receive an email in your that you have received your report is ready. So let's go. I check my email to see if my Oze report, and yes, the Oze report is ready. So you click here, you download the transactions. And then this is how it looks like. So you can see if I increase it, you can see your logo will be there, the company name, the period of the report period. You can see the report period here, and then the date of the transaction. So it's here, and then if the money came in, it will show as green. If it is money that is going out, which means what you spend, it will be red. And then you can see the payment status, which is fully paid, partially paid. It's also here. If it is on page 2, it will show here. And then the category. So you can have all of them showing there. So these are reports you can use for cash flow management, which is very, very important because sometimes you feel you are making profit, but there are a lot of unrecovered debts or people owing you that you are unable to retrieve. So if you have this sort of reports that you can export and look at it from time to time, you would see that you're on top of your cash flow management. So in summary here, you can see the total money in and then the total money out as well. So at this point, I'd like to know if there's any other question. Mohammed, sorry, you joined it, so we'll make this session available via recording so that you can get all the details. Yes, Mr. Kunedu, you can ask your question, please. Yes, Michael, we are ready to hear from you. Sorry, Michael, if you are speaking, you are on mute. So kindly unmute and then we'll be glad to hear from you. Okay, maybe you can also type in the message space. Let me see, I have. Okay, this is a message from Mohammed, so that's fine. So the last part is, as I said in the beginning, I said this program is actually sponsored by the African Development Bank, and for the people who have joined this training, you get 6 months gold subscription. But there's a little more to do, which I'll take you through. So please hold on while I share the page with you. So the page you are currently seeing is our training page. This is a business resiliency program that is sponsored by the African Development Bank and in partnership with our team, Oze, and then the Dare to Innovate team. And this program is going across Benin, Ghana, and then Guinea. So it's a training on emotional resilience, cash flow management, and channel diversification. And this is an online self-paced training. So you can join at any time and then join at your pace. And then you have a chance to win the 6 months gold subscription and then certificate after you complete. And so if you don't have the app yet, you can click on Android to to download, iOS to download, and then these are the steps. First, you'd have to register. You take a test. This is just a simple test to guide to assess how your knowledge base is on the 3 models, and then you can access a training model when you click on this link. So it's a YouTube short, max 20 minutes session. And then once done, you take a final test and then you chat with coach to get your voucher. It's very, very simple. So if you have friends who are actually SMEs and you want them to use Oze, you can also share the link with them. I'll put a link in the chat group. I'm sure most of you have received emails regarding this message, but because maybe we were not too, we didn't get much explanation, I have the honest to do it. So I've sent this particular link to the chat group. Make sure you register before you proceed to go through all the sessions. So at this point, I'll stop sharing again, and then please confirm if you've received the link as well. I sent it in the message space.
Yeah, hello. The last time I saw this link, and then I registered, and then I did a test and everything, but I didn't see any notification to continue to watch any other YouTube video or something. I don't know why.
Okay, so what you did was you took the test, all right?
Yes.
Okay, and so you got this page.
No, so that one I was doing it online. Yes, so I saw something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I did a registration first. After
Okay.
registration, before I came back and then I did a test.
Okay. But
then access training manual, I didn't see it.
Oh, sincerely sorry about that. So the step 3 is the training module. So once you click this, it opens a YouTube page for you, and then you see the topic. So this is when you click the training module, this is what you see.
Oh, okay.
You see the 3 modules, and then you go through all 3. Once done, you come back to the tests. So I've shared the link again. You can go through and then see if you have any challenge. Just chat me up, and then I would assist you.
All right, well noted.
All right, sir. Thank you. Yes. So Mr. Kunedu, yes, I have your notification. So we'll share the recorded link as well to everybody so that they can get a chance to also go through. If there's no other question.
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
So which means that this video was about how to use the Oze app, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. I appreciate it.
Exactly. All right. So I would like to thank each and everyone for joining and spending your Saturday with us. We'll be doing this every week. So we have a lot of people, or enough people, adapting to use the Oze app, recording transactions, and then getting business information or making business decisions based on data-driven insights. So I'd like to thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Right, thank you.
All right, bye. Thank you.